100 Civics Questions, 1 to 15. Explained. Civics Questions 2025 Part 1.
The soft hum of fluorescent lights filled the small classroom. A whiteboard stood at the front, covered in notes about American government, while a few students sat at their desks, flipping through study guides. The citizenship test was coming up, and for many, it was a defining moment.
All right, everyone. Today, we're focusing on the first 15 questions of the civics test. I'll read each question aloud and give you 3 answer choices. You'll pick the one you think is correct, and I'll explain why. Ready? Question 1. What is freedom of religion? A. You must follow the government's religion. B. You can practice any religion or not practice a religion. C. Religion is not allowed in the United States.
I think the answer is B. You can practice any religion or not practice a religion.
Correct. Freedom of religion is protected by the First Amendment of the US Constitution. This means people are free to follow any religion or choose not to follow one at all. The government cannot establish an official religion or interfere with religious practices. Question 2. What is one promise you make when you become a United States citizen? A. To be loyal to the United States. B. To never vote in elections. C. To leave the country if asked.
I think the answer is A. To be loyal to the United States.
Exactly. When someone becomes a U.S. citizen, they take an oath of allegiance. This includes being loyal to the country, following its laws, and serving if needed, such as in the military or jury duty. Question 3. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? A. George Washington. B. Thomas Jefferson. C. Abraham Lincoln.
I think the answer is B. Thomas Jefferson.
That's right. Thomas Jefferson was the main author of the Declaration of Independence, which was adopted on July 4, 1776. It declared the American colonies free from British rule and listed the reasons for seeking independence. Question 4. How many amendments does the Constitution have? A. 10. B. 27. C. 50.
I think the answer is B. 27.
Correct. The first 10 amendments are called the Bill of Rights, which were added in 1791. Since then, 17 more amendments have been added, addressing issues such as voting rights, presidential terms, and civil rights. Question 5. Who makes federal laws? A. The Supreme Court. B. Congress. C. The President.
I think the answer is B. Congress.
Right again. Congress is the legislative branch of the U.S. government, made up of the Senate and the House of Representatives. They propose, debate, and vote on laws, which are then sent to the President for approval. Question 6. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1900s. A. World War II. B. The Civil War. C. The American Revolution.
I think the answer is A. World War II.
Exactly. The U.S. fought in multiple wars during the 20th century, but World War II, 1939 to 1945, was one of the most significant. The U.S. joined the war after the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 and played a crucial role in defeating the Axis powers. Question 7. Who was the first president? A. John Adams. B. Abraham Lincoln. C. George Washington.
I think the answer is C. George Washington.
Correct. George Washington served as the first president from 1789 to 1797. He set many important precedents, including the two-term limit, which later became law. Question 8. What does the Constitution do? A. Sets up the government. B. Declares independence from Britain. C. Makes treaties with other countries.
I think the answer is A. Sets up the government.
Yes, the Constitution outlines the structure of the U.S. government, dividing power among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. It also protects individual rights and freedoms. Question 9. What is the highest court in the United States? A. The Court of Appeals. B. The Supreme Court. C. The Federal Court.
I think the answer is B. The Supreme Court.
That's right. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the U.S. It has 9 justices who make final decisions on important legal issues, especially cases involving constitutional rights. Question 10. If both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, who becomes president? A. The Secretary of State. B. The Speaker of the House. C. The Chief Justice.
I think the answer is B. The Speaker of the House.
Correct. According to the presidential line of succession, if the president and vice president cannot serve, the Speaker of the House takes over. Question 11. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? A. The President. B. The United States. C. The U.S. Congress.
I think the answer is B. The United States.
Exactly. The Pledge of Allegiance is a way for Americans to express loyalty to their country and the values it stands for, such as freedom and democracy. Question 12. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do? A. Fought for civil rights. B. Was a U.S. president. C. Invented the light bulb.
I think the answer is A. Fought for civil rights.
That's right. Martin Luther King Jr. was a leader of the civil rights movement in the 1950s and 1960s. He advocated for racial equality and is best known for his "I Have a Dream" speech. Question 13. What does the President's Cabinet do? A. Advises the President. B. Declares war. C. Makes laws.
I think the answer is A. Advises the President.
Correct. The Cabinet consists of department heads such as the Secretary of State and Secretary of Defense, who help the President make important decisions. Question 14. Who is the father of our country? A. George Washington. B. Benjamin Franklin. C. Thomas Jefferson.
I think the answer is A. George Washington.
Exactly. Washington led the Revolutionary Army and helped establish the U.S. as an independent nation. Question 15. We elect a president for how many years? A. 2 years. B. 4 years. C. 6 years.
I think the answer is B. 4 years.
Correct. A president serves a 4-year term and can be re-elected once. Great job, David. Keep practicing, and you'll be ready for your test in no time.
David smiled, feeling a little more confident. The classroom buzzed with quiet conversation as the students packed up, ready for the next session.